Okay, even though I'm tired tonight because I did a lot tonight, I had to clean my room, mop it up, even though it's a hardwood floor. It's been an extremely stressful day. And before we got started, okay. So welcome to Late Night Snacks. I'm Matt, and this is show number 7. Tonight is Tuesday, so hope everyone is having a good day out there. And before we get to tonight's topics, I want to tell you, it's been a long fucking day. Long fucking day it was. I had to clean up my floor, mop it up, dust the furniture, rearrange my room a little bit. Oh, and also, prior to me living in this room, because when I first moved to the group home in Stockholm, it wasn't originally my room because there's two elderly ladies who lived in this group home prior to me because the room to the left was my old room, so it's given to one of my housemates. So, sorry about that. Excuse me. That was just a burp. So, and sometimes when I have gas, it's very common because last week I had heartburn, but and I'm feeling a lot better. So, okay, so I had to clean up my room. Oh, and also happy birthday to George Foreman, the legendary professional boxer George Foreman. He turned 74 today. And also Ray Bolger. He was the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz. And speaking of George Foreman, George Foreman not only was a professional boxer, but he also invented a grill called the George Foreman Grill. And back when I was in high school, back when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school, because hamburgers is one of my favorite food of all time next to pizza. And back when I started high school, I think I was a freshman back then, my mom got a George Foreman grill. I think she got it at Walmart back when I was in high school. And I think she got it at Walmart back then. I'm not sure if she did, but I'm pretty sure she did. So, okay, so she got a George Foreman grill, and something, when she made hamburgers on the George Foreman grill, the hamburgers were to die for when I had the George Foreman grill. The hamburgers were to die for. And I think they got rid of the fat from the burgers, from the ground beef. So they were delicious. So, and shame it doesn't work anymore. I think it stopped working later on. So, and also as for Ray Bolger, he played the Scarecrow on The Wizard of Oz. And something, later on in his acting career, he also played the grandfather on The Partridge Family. Because, long time ago, a couple years ago, I actually watched some episodes of The Partridge Family. The show on ABC about a family who becomes a pop sensation band. So, and they have Ray Bolger, who played the Scarecrow on The Wizard of Oz. He actually played the grandfather on The Partridge Family. Did you all know that? It's kind of ironic that he actually played the Scarecrow from The Wizard of Oz during the golden age of Hollywood to the grandfather on an ABC sitcom that ran for 4 seasons back in the early to mid 1970s. And my mom loved The Partridge Family. And so do I, because I love retro stuff. One of my favorite parts of The Partridge Family is the opening sequence where they sing "Come On Get Happy." That's the opening theme song. I think it was performed by the Partridges. So, and also we're gonna get back on topic. And also on this day in 1983, the children's television show, Fraggle Rock, which was created by Jim Henson, the same guy who created the Muppets, and also Sesame Street, premiered on this day in 1983. So that means it turns 40 today. So happy 40th anniversary to Fraggle Rock. And you know, I actually watched some episodes of Fraggle Rock because I think I used to watch Fraggle Rock when I was a little kid, just like when I used to watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, and also Shining Time Station, and that's with Thomas the Tank Engine, and also Lamb Chop, and Dudley the Dragon. I used to watch all those shows back in the early to mid 90s when I was really, really little, and when I was ready to move out of diapers. So, and also I watched Sesame Street back then, and Barney. Yep, those were the even though I can't stand Barney the dinosaur, he is annoying. So, yeah, well, just when I was little, Barney used to annoy me a lot. That's right, Barney annoyed me a lot. Even though 1 minute I was okay with him, and the next minute he annoyed me. That's all he did. So, there you go. And Fraggle Rock turns 40 today, so happy 40th anniversary to Fraggle Rock. And I think I used to watch it when I was little, just like with Sesame Street and Barney, Carmen Sandiego, all those shows back in the early to mid 90s. And you know, speaking of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego, did you all know that one of the fictional crooks on this show, or the villains on the show, has hair which is almost like Marge Simpson? Well, that's Eartha Brute, and she had the green beehive style hair, almost like Marge Simpson. Ooh, homie. Yeah, that's my best Marge Simpson impersonation. So, and you know, Eartha Brute is one of my favorite villains on Carmen Sandiego. Because you know, I used to watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego when I was a little kid. And you know, and there's another villain on the show who is called Nimoy, which is actually a pun of Leonard Nimoy, who played Mr. Spock on Star Trek. Did you all know that? Even though Leonard Nimoy's last name is spelled Nimoy, Nimoy on Carmen Sandiego is spelled Kneenoi. Well, knee like the knee, so, and which is actually a pun of Leonard Nimoy, who played Mr. Spock on Star Trek. And I actually have a poster of Mr. Spock, and I didn't hang it up yet because I just moved here last summer. So happy 40th to Fraggle Rock. Okay, back to the topic for tonight. And the first topic I want to discuss is, yeah, I had a long day today. I was busy cleaning my room today. I had to mop it up, sweep, get rid of all the junk on the floor, dust the furniture, make my bed. It was just a long, brutal day. It really fucking... Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Or Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Yeah, well, and you know, I remember that from that one episode of The Simpsons, you know, where they tell the Christmas stories, and there was telling the birth of Jesus Christ, which is actually, Bart as a baby was Jesus in that one episode of The Simpsons. So where they do the 3 segments of Christmas stories, and they had the retelling of the first Christmas, and they had Bart as a baby portraying as baby Jesus, and Marge portraying as the Virgin Mary, and Homer as Joseph. Did you all know that? So, did you know one of my quotes is actually Jesus, Mary, and Joseph? Did you all know that? It's kind of ironic, isn't it? That it's also one of my catchphrases, which is Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. You know, I'm a funny guy without a doubt. So, and also, Yeah, it's been a long fucking day. Had to clean my room, make my bed, dust the furniture, wipe down the furniture, sweep the floor, mop the floor, and so on. So on, so on, so on. And even though I originally did not want to do this tonight, but I just like to entertain a lot of my fellow subscribers out there. And speaking of which, did you all know that I'm at 93 subscribers? I'm 7 subscribers away from going into my 100th subscriber. And here's my new goal. Did you all know that one of my next goals for 2023 is to have 1K subscribers? Well, 1K is abbreviation for 1,000. So, and the hits just keep on coming. And the subscribers. So, been long. And so one of my next goals for 2023, 1K subscribers. That's my next goal. So, was a long day. Man, and tomorrow, guess what? I go to the food pantry tomorrow, and I'm so looking forward to going to the food pantry at the Vernon United Methodist Church tomorrow morning. Well, I have to get up, take a shower, take my meds, do my chores, maybe play a video game, and then I'm all set to go to the church tomorrow. Oh, there you go. So there you go. Oh, man. So, and usually on Wednesdays when I help out at the church, I put the dog food in the sandwich bags. Dog and cat food. Well, I sorted out from dog food, cat food, dog food, cat food, dog food, cat food. Yeah, I got that from Tom and Jerry. Dog food, cat food, dog food, cat food. Yeah, remember that from Tom and Jerry where they have one of that tall guy saying dog food, cat food, dog food, cat food. Yeah, I got that from Tom and Jerry. Yeah, I originally got that from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Can't believe it. Dog food, cat food, dog food, cat food. Yeah, that's from Tom and Jerry. And I love watching Tom and Jerry. So, but the Tom and Jerry cartoons I hate are the ones with that fat guy who physically abuses Tom when he gets angry. So, and can't believe tomorrow I volunteer at the food pantry, and then I'm going to go out to lunch tomorrow at the Daily Bean in Vernon because I like their buffalo chicken. They make a buffalo chicken wrap for me, and it is delicious. Because when it comes to buffalo chicken wraps or sandwiches, I don't like blue cheese on them because I don't like the texture of blue cheese. I actually tried blue cheese once. Guess what? I gagged because I'm not a fan of it. I gagged when I tried blue cheese one time. I did not enjoy it, so there you go. End of story. And I might go to Taco Bell and get some dinner there tomorrow, and I can eat it when I get home tomorrow. So I'm gonna have a fun day tomorrow, and I'm also gonna get one of my Christmas presents from my mom's friend tomorrow, and I can't wait. It's gonna be such an exciting day tomorrow. Man, even though today was so stressful, I am so looking forward to tomorrow. I am really, really, really looking forward to tomorrow. That's all there is. So, yep, I'm really, really, really looking forward to tomorrow. So, okay. Been a long day. Oh, and also, before I concluded things last night, I want to tell you all something. So just give me 1 second. I gotta get out. I am feeling nostalgic. Oh, I gotta move up a little closer so I can show what it is. Okay, so The other day when I went to church, I actually got this as a late Christmas present, and it's a pillow that has the picture of my old house printed on it. So this way, whenever I start to have a bad day and when I start to think about missing home, this pillow will come to my aid. Because I have been going through a lot lately, such as losing my mom and losing my dad back in 2018. It's been tough, and I had to go through a very hard transition last summer. And to top it all off, last month I tested positive for COVID, but I'm no longer COVID positive right now. So, and I was free to go. And this pillow is what they call memorabilia after going through a tough time from last year, from losing my mom to everything. It was tough. It really, really was. And as you may know, on the flip side of it, that's another picture of my old house at night. I do want to go back to it terribly. Really, really badly. And that's all I want to do, but I can't. But I wish I could talk to my supervisor. But, well, maybe one day. Maybe. Because that house has been my home. It always has been. I want to go back terribly and want to go back to the routines that I had before my mom had the heart attack and live in this house once again, my man cave, and saying hello to my ex-neighbors right now. It just really gives me the fuzzy feelings of it. It really does. Because even though Christmas is over right now and we're in January right now, I want to tell you that this pillow is the best Christmas present of 2022. Even though I got it a little late, so, man. Yeah, this pillow makes good memorabilia after going through some tough times, from losing my mom to the transition to testing positive for COVID almost a month ago. Times have changed, and they really have been. And that's all that matters most, because I have been going through so many tough times within the past couple of years. And losing my mom was the biggest thing that I ever went through in my life. It really has. Oh. Times have changed, and I do want to go back to this house. I can't, but I wish, and I can maybe one day, and it's tough. Because I grew up in this house, owned 2 dogs in this house that were rambunctious, grew up in this house during 5 presidents, which are Clinton, Bush, Obama, you-know-who, and Biden. And also, and I also owned a pool in the backyard of my old house, and even a tire swing, and I had the best times on the tire swing. I really have. And, there's a front porch on there, and prior to 2014, I used to have front steps on there, but they were in bad shape, so that's why we got a porch there. They were in bad shape, but the house was in bad shape before I was forced to move out after my mom had the heart attack. And it started having problems, because 1 year ago back in March, we were having like a brownout. And because you know I don't do very well during power outages, so. And that's one of the reasons why I was forced to move out, because of the problems it had. So. But I do miss living in this house right here. It has been my home. Always has been. Even though I do like living in this group home, but I miss this house terribly. And whenever I start to have a bad day, this is the one thing I want to think about. Because I just went through a tough time. I'm struggling really badly. And I try to make everything easier for me. I really do. I try to make things so much easier in my life. But how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? That's my pillow right there. Best Christmas present of, even though in the past, I've got best Christmas presents of in past years, which are video games. Even in 2018, my best Christmas present that year was the Nintendo Switch and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And that was the same year Super Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the reason why I wanted a Nintendo Switch for Christmas that year. And guess what? My dream came true and my prayers were answered. Did you all know that? And the first thing I had to do when I played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was unlock the rest of the cast. Because you know, when you boot up Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the first time, you only start with the starting cast in the Nintendo 64 game. So, which are the 8 originals that you start the game with in the Nintendo 64 as well. And you need to unlock and download the rest of the cast. It was tough. It was painful though, but I actually unlocked, well, I still haven't gotten Sora yet in Ultimate, but maybe one day once I get a new router, maybe I will. Because I got caught up lately, I still haven't gotten Sora yet, Sora from Kingdom Hearts in Ultimate just yet. So maybe one day I'm going to go, once I get my router and figure out how to connect to the internet, then I'm going to put Super Smash Brothers in Ultimate in the Switch, and then finally get Sora, because Sora is the last downloadable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And you know, speaking of Sora and Kingdom Hearts, I actually have the first Kingdom Hearts game on the PlayStation 2. I never beat it though. I think it's hard as hell. So you know, I have the first Kingdom Hearts game on the PlayStation 2. And it's also one of the first PlayStation 2 games that I ever owned when I got it for Christmas back in 2002. The same year I got the PS2. And you know, Kingdom Hearts is one of the first PlayStation 2 games I've ever played in my life. Well, the reason why is they cross Final Fantasy with Disney. And they have a boy named Sora teaming up with Donald Duck and Goofy. It was cool though when they had that concept of a crossover game with Final Fantasy and Disney called Kingdom Hearts. And you know, the first Kingdom Hearts game is the only Kingdom Hearts game that I have, that I own, currently own. Did you all know that? So, hold on one second. I got to put this pillow down because I don't want to drop or mess it up. I'll be right back. So, can't believe tomorrow is Wednesday, the middle of the week, and tomorrow I got the food pantry, and last week I was supposed to go to the food pantry, but guess what? I didn't. And I was so upset because it messed up my routine. Because you know, I don't like routines that are messed up, and you know, and I don't like all the changes that I've been going through. And all my life, I don't like changes, period. That's all I don't like is changes. And you know, um, even before my mom passed away, I went through so much changes in my life, and after my mom passed, I went through a shitload of changes, such as moving out of my old house and moving to a group home in Stockholm, and to go to a day program 4 days a week. It's just tough. And not being able to cook my own meals, even though comparing to when I lived at my old house, I used to cook my own meals like every day. No kidding. And I am trusted for my age. Even when I'm autistic, I'm still trusted enough. And my autism is pretty mild. And my mom always trusts me to use the oven to cook my meals for her and for myself as well. When my mom got older and older, she retired from making my meals. And she passed the torch to me. That's right. It's like passing of the torch. And this Friday is Q&A night, and during my first Q&A, which is this past Friday, I did not receive one. And quick reminder, this Friday, which will be my 10th show, and I reach double digits with the episode numbers, will be Q&A number 2. And hopefully this time, I'll get some questions in the comment section, and I'll be able to answer them during Q&A number 2, which is, Q&A is every Fridays on Late Night Snacks. So, in case you're thinking about questions, for Friday's Q&A show, I will answer them in the comment section below. And there you go, because Q&A is every Friday night on Late Night Snacks, and that's what I am here for, and that's what I'm gonna do, because 1,000 subscribers is going to be one of my next goals for 2023. The new year, new beginning, new everything. New year, new chapter, new beginnings, new everything. And that is what I'm here for every fucking day. Every single day. But I have to really watch the potty mouth if I want to be able to get a girlfriend one day. And that's what I'm going to do, because I'd also, another goal for 2023 is I want to be able to find a girlfriend one day, and maybe soon find the woman who is going to become my wife one day, that I'm going to walk down the aisle with on my big day, and so on, and have beautiful little babies with, and live my life with. And I can't wait for that magical moment to happen, because I've been through a lot of magical moments in my life, and even during the toughest times, and 2022 was a tough year, just like the 2 years before that were just as tough, because we had to deal with the COVID pandemic and everything, and the George Floyd, from the COVID pandemic to the George Floyd protest to January 6th, we had to deal with all of those issues back in 2020 and 2021. From the COVID-19 pandemic to the George Floyd protests to the January 6th, to the insurrection, to the January 6th insurrection. Yeah, we had to deal with those topics during those last 2 years before the year before my mom passed away from the heart attack. I know times have changed, they're tough, and I'm trying to get through my coping skills, and that's what Capital Care is trying to teach me every day, is coping skills. And you know what? I think I'm trying to finally master my coping skills, because that's what I'm here for. And I want to try to master my coping skills and get on with my life, and to continue with my next new chapter of my life. And that's what I'm here for. Especially with 2023 being the start of my late night show called Late Night Snacks, being filmed live in my room here in Stockholm, New Jersey, at the group home. So, and I try to make this year better, a lot better than 2022, and even 2021 and 2020. Well, during those 2 years when we had the COVID pandemic with us. That killed so many people, kept so many people inside, and cost so many people their jobs, and even shut small businesses down. And I was broken back then because I was not allowed to hang out with loved ones during those 2 years when we dealt with COVID. Especially when I try to keep them safe from this awful, awful virus that killed so many people and disrupted life in 2020 and 2021. So it was a long day. And that's where I'm going to have to stop for tonight. And don't forget, this Friday will be Q&A night number 2. And in case if you ask me questions, I will, just in time for Friday's Q&A night, I will answer them in the comment section below. And hopefully I'll get some questions this time for Q&A night on Friday, which I do every Friday on Late Night Snacks. And I want to be able to get to the 1K subscriber goal once I continue with my show. Even though it can be stressful every day, but that's how I want to entertain fans, get more subscribers, and reach my goal and fulfill my destiny. And that's what I'm going to do. So, all right, folks, that's where I'm going to have to end things for tonight. We'll see you all tomorrow night for Late Night Snacks. Tomorrow will be show number 8. So have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Or is what Porky Pig would say. That's all, folks. Good night, everybody.